Hey you guys, I am Danny the Teach and this is Beauty Manifested. I am super happy to come on and do a video today. This is like the first time that I've just like sat down to do a video. Like it's not just like randomly in the car or like randomly in the backyard. Like I actually sat down to do a video in so long, and I feel so happy about that. So a little bit of background: this is a channel for storytelling. If you only see this one video, it's not going to really make sense. It would make sense for you to subscribe if you're interested, because then you get the full story. I'm on here to kind of like build my tribe, and so if you resonate with me, like we can have a dialogue and we can get to know each other, and that's kind of the whole purpose. So if you're interested in storytelling, this is a channel for you. Hit subscribe. Even if you're not and you just watch this one video or you only watch a couple minutes, don't leave mean comments, because you're only watching literally one little piece of the story, and so it's not going to make sense to you. So anyways, a little bit of background on me. I just sold my company at 25 years old. Go me. Yay. And I haven't been working since then. I spent like 5 weeks traveling and living my best life. And then I've been back in the US for like 2 full months now. 2 months and some days. And I've just been kind of like getting my life together. I talk a lot about like dating on here and business and routines. And like it's a storytelling channel. So just like whatever happens in my day-to-day life. And like, I'm so happy to talk right now about routines. This is a video about routines because, let me zip this up. It's not a good look. I'm wearing a, what's it called? A one piece. And it's so funny because my cousin is like, he doesn't like girls who wear one pieces because it's very conceited, because he's like, most people don't look good in the onesies, and I know you saw how the other girls was looking in the onesies, and yet you still had the confidence to put it on. But anyways, like I didn't buy this, I just like came across it, and so yeah, I'm in the onesie, but I guess I do feel like a little self-conscious about it. What was I saying? Oh yeah, my morning routine. Finally! I've been back in the States for literally 2 months now, and I feel like I'm just finally getting into a routine that like I really like and I feel good. Okay, so first of all, there's a girl, her name is Shelby Sacco. She's on TikTok. Funny story, we actually grew up in the same in the same hometown, but we weren't really friends, but we knew of each other. I think we both went to like the same homecoming. We knew of each other, right? So, like sometimes we'd be at the same parties and stuff like that, but we were never friends. And now I'm literally obsessed with her TikTok. She's amazing, and she talks about like waking up early. She's a 6 a.m. girly. I think she used to be a 5 a.m. girly. Now she's a 6 a.m. girly. And now I'm a 6 a.m. girly. I wake up every day at 5:55 a.m. It feels so good. I'm the first one up in my house, and I just start doing studying and like getting my work done, and that alone is like a really good routine, because one thing about me is I hate working. And I know I shouldn't say that because I'm trying to like be different than I am, but like I'm just not someone who wants to sit in front of a computer all day. Like it's difficult for me to do, so it's important for me that is the very first thing I do in the day. Now once I sit down and I start working, like it's easy for me to get into the flow, and sometimes I'll actually just like lose track of time and I'll work for longer than scheduled, so that's good. But getting me to sit down at a computer and get work done is like hard. So waking up early when there's literally zero distractions, no one's calling, no one's texting, no one in my house is awake, it's dead silent, it's dark, and I start working, it gets me like really in a zone to have a productive day. And also it's like people who work out in the morning, like I've already done the hardest thing of the day already. Before most people are even awake, I've already done the hardest thing of the day. And then working out, for me, the reason I don't do that immediately when I wake up, but that's what Shelby does, is because I actually love working out. Like working out is like, it's one of my passions, it's one of my hobbies. Like it's something that I enjoy doing. It's actually something that I would do instead of work. Like I need to be working, and instead I'll go work out, because I just like it, especially like group fitness classes and stuff, but even just walking through my neighborhood. So I'll wake up in the morning, hydrate, obviously, take my vitamins or whatever I'm gonna do. Actually, I've been taking my vitamins at night, but whatever. So I'll like have some tea, blah blah blah, and then I get to work immediately. I don't even like get dressed, I don't even brush my teeth, I just immediately get to work till like maybe like 9, and then I'll go downstairs, maybe have some coffee, have a snack, and then I'll get ready like now, like I have on my workout outfit, and then I'm gonna work out. Except for today, I'm actually joining a running club in the evening, so I might not work out. I'm kind of undecided about it, or I might just do something like really light, because I don't know how like exhausting the running club is gonna be, and I'm kind of nervous about it. And I've been doing difficult workouts all week, and so I don't want to like overexert myself. But I really need to do my nails, so for sure that's what I'm gonna do after this video. I've been pretty good at my social media schedule. My grandma posts every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I post a little more irregularly. I'm super excited. My goal was to get to 100 subscribers. Right now I'm at 137, which is amazing. So now my next goal is 1,000, and I'm so happy that I'm setting like little goals like this, because like literally if I get 100 views on the video, like I'm ready to cry happy tears. Like I feel so grateful. I feel so happy. Like 100 people saw me. If I get like 2 or 3 comments, I'm like so happy. I'm like responding back. Like it just really, really makes my day. What else have I been doing in a day? Health, wealth, fitness. No, health, wealth, peace. Those are like my main things right now. So I wake up, I work immediately. I want to be an experienced and accomplished project manager. I have a nonprofit that I'm not active in right now. I just have it, but I'm really passionate about it. And so right now I'm trying to develop like a really strong foundation of skills so that I feel like I can launch and run a business effectively. And I want to work for other businesses that like really like, what's it called? Like sharpen me into a diamond and just like make me exactly who I need to be. Like the mindset that I have around it right now is like, you know, people who are 18 and they immediately go into the military and then they are like disciplined morning people, make your bed first thing in the morning people for the rest of their life. I'm trying to work in project management, even if it's like really stressful, and sharpen myself into a diamond, and that way I can run my nonprofit and bring my dreams to life because I feel confident in my skill set. And I feel like this might sound like silly. I have been feeling really silly lately because I've never been a career girly. Like never been a career girly, always been an entrepreneur, always been like a soft life girly. Like I was soft life girly before soft life girly was a thing. Like literally, I always wanted to live in a castle. Like this has just been what I was on. I've been a social climber before social climbing was cool. Like all of this, I was just born like that. I think it's because my moon, I have a Leo moon. But I was confused. So first of all, I always say on here, like MTV raised me, literally. I have 2 amazing parents and a wonderful grandmother who raised me and like so many great influences in my life. However, I was not open to their instruction when I was younger. I was like such a rebellious teenager. I thought that I knew everything and you couldn't tell me anything. So even though I did have good role models in my life who I'm really grateful for now, like I really wasn't open to their guidance, and so MTV raised me. And so when I was in like high school, like the cool kids to me, like the people who I was trying to like network with, like the people who were cool, like they really weren't cool. Like they were not doing well in life. Like, you know what, or like they weren't trying to get into Ivy League schools. Like they weren't like having like really big dreams and aspirations. Some of my girlfriends were, but like I don't know, I just wasn't thinking about that kind of stuff. Like I was just thinking about being cool. Like even the fact that I have these stupid tattoos, like I was just not in the right mindset to be thinking long term. Like if I could go back, and the way that I want to raise my kids is I'm gonna have them in Kumon, I'm gonna have them with tutors, I'm gonna have them in like different educational things and not just sports, because like I feel like that's important. And I want them to want to go to Ivy League schools. I want them to explore different careers and be doing apprenticeships literally while they're still in high school, so they're thinking long term, because I was not thinking like that. Like I literally chose my college because I thought it was going to be fun. Literally. And I never went to high school. Like first period, like I was never there. And then I would just show up to second period late with like orange juice and donuts for my teacher. Like I was not there. Like it just wasn't important to me. Like I'm a social butterfly. Like I just was there for like the vibes, right? So that's who I am. And I'm not like that anymore. So it's kind of embarrassing that I was like that. I'm like, oh my God, like how did I not know the benefits of like going to an Ivy League school and all these things like that? I didn't know. So now my mindset has totally shifted. And so I know some people already thought like that, like they just grew up like that, but I didn't. And so this video is for people who thought like me. And so I feel the way that I'm approaching my career now is really healthy. and it allows me to value 9 to 5s because I feel like it really sharpens your personality and it gets you into a corporate mindset. And when you start a business, you don't want to be thinking that you're starting a small business. You want to be thinking that you're starting a corporation. You know what I mean? Like, you need to think big. If you just start your business out of your bedroom, I mean, that's fine, but you don't want to be like thinking of your business as a bedroom business. You want to be thinking of it as a billion-dollar company. And if you've never worked for a billion-dollar company, multi-billion-dollar company, Fortune 500 company, I feel like you just don't even know like the insider tips of how those operations of their operations. You don't really get it. And so I feel like I'm going in as an insider. I'm like getting the inside scoop so that I can go on and create that for myself. What I did before, which isn't necessarily bad, like I do feel like I'm a lot more wise and experienced than a lot of other people. But I decided to go and start my companies. I've started at least like 3 or 4 companies already. Only one of them I was able to sell. The other ones, one of them I just kind of let go of. It wasn't a failure. And then 2 of them pretty much failed. Yeah, they just were not, it just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Yeah. So I decided to do that. Like, I didn't really care about education. I didn't really care about like corporations or 9 to 5s. I actually like looked down on people at 9 to 5s. I thought that was really lame. And so I started these companies and I realized like I don't have the structure or the knowing, like the experience to really build and scale a company because I've never seen it done before. Like I'm just like winging it out here, which can be done. Like, people have done it all the time. Like, there's teenage millionaires. Like, you can definitely do it, but it wasn't working for me. And I'm a Saturn dominant. Forgive me for throwing astrology in here, but I'm a Saturn dominant person, which shows that I'm someone who does usually need to take the traditional path, even though I don't want to, but that's kind of what I need to do. And so now I'm doing things the right way. I'm studying, I'm actually educating myself. I'm going to get a career. I'm going to work in the career. I'm going to network. Like, I'm going to do things the regular way. And then I feel like when I launch my nonprofit again, I'll be in a better place to like run the operations. And I've seen this done successfully multiple times. I know a lot of people who worked in the industry for like decades and then went on to launch successful companies, and their company was profitable in the first year because they already knew how to run the play because they had been doing it for other people for decades. You know what I mean? Versus me literally not knowing anything about anything and then trying to make it work. And it was literally so stressful for me. Like, even when I had successful months, like the way that it drained me, like it just wasn't worth it. And so I wouldn't recommend that. We all have different personality types, so that may work for some people, but I feel like for most people that's not gonna work. So I'm really getting into my routines. I've totally shifted my mindset. I want to do things the traditional way. I don't want to be such an outlier. I want to really like be excellent at fitting the status quo, like excellent, and then at that point choose to maybe reinvent the wheel from there. Once I know the wheel, like they say, like you have to know the rule to break the rule. So in this stage of my life, I'm learning the rules. I'm practicing the rule, I'm becoming the rule. Like, I am the rule. And then whenever I feel like I'm ready, hopefully in 5 years, I have a 1, 3, and 5 year plan. It's in my 5-year plan, I plan to be working full time in my nonprofit, I think, at the end of 5 years. But I don't know if that's a little ambitious, and I'm not really in a rush. Well, I haven't even started working yet, so I wouldn't know. I'm not working right now. I'm just living my best life. But classes start on January 16th, which is coming up in like a little over a month. I'm about to take a trip out the country for 10 days. I'm leaving in 10 days, and I'll be there for 10 days. And then that's going to be like, I'm done after that. I have one more trip planned, just to Dominican Republic, like something light in January, and then I'm done. Like, I'm done. 2024, like, I'm in the house, I'm inside, like, I'm so focused, it's not even funny. Like, I don't want to hang out. I don't want to have fun. I mean, I do want to have fun, but like, it's a different kind of fun. Like, I don't want to be outside. Like, I'm having fun doing this video. Like, I'm having fun learning to edit videos. I'm having fun, like, learning social media, learning digital marketing. Like, that kind of stuff is fun for me. I don't want to go to brunch, unfortunately. Sorry, girly. And like, another thing that's come from that, since I'm like knowing I'm going to be so focused is like, okay, like what relationships can stay and which relationships are going on like the back burner. Some of these people who I've connected with, who I love and I wish we had gotten closer, I'm not going to see them for at least a year. I'm just not. Like, I can't. I think I literally have 2 people here in Texas who I plan to see like fairly consistently throughout this season. And then I have a friend in another state who I'll talk to on the phone. And I have a group of women who are in different states and I'll talk to on the phone. But like here in Texas, I have my family who I live with. Of course, I'll see them. And then I have 2 people. Yeah. And that's it. And I have other people who I care about, but we just haven't gotten like close enough yet where I can just like pop up on them. And I'm not going to be planning like dates with people in this season. And it's honestly good because a lot of my friends have been coming up like engaged. They've been coming up pregnant, like all kinds of things. So I know that other people in this season too. And I've also done this before when I was launching my last business. I don't think I saw my friends for like literally 2 years because I was like so consumed with the business and I was in a relationship. So like we were together all the time. So I didn't really have any reason to be like outside dating, meeting people, stuff like that. So it just was what it was. Like I didn't see my friends for 2 years. And guess what? They're still my friends. After the 2 years, when I felt like things were more stable, things were consistent and more automated, and I came outside, like I didn't miss anything. That's the crazy. Like there's always gonna be another party. There's no reason to have fear of missing out. And I'm just someone who like when I set my mind to something, I set my mind to something, and I literally don't even like doing other things. Like if I said like when I was vegan, I was disgusted by meat because I decided to be vegan. And now I'm not vegan. I'm disgusted by fake meat. I'm like, ew, that's disgusting. Or like, you know, my grandmother, she quit cigarettes and now she's disgusted by cigarettes. Like I feel like that's the thing. And so now that I'm focused, like I'm disgusted by things that take me away from my focus. Like I literally cannot have fun while I'm out anymore, and I've tried it because I'm just thinking of like all the other things I could be doing that would be moving me closer to my goals, and how being there is like really keeping me away from my goals. Because even if it's not like being destructive, it's just like time wasted, and time is the only thing I can't get back. And so I don't want to be here. And literally, and then my head starts going in that, and then I'm like looking like I have an attitude, and guys are coming up to me like, why don't you smile, why don't you dance, like you look stuck up. And I'm just like, get away from me, literally. So I'm pretty excited. Oh my gosh. And then I'm gonna say this because I don't think that anyone will ever see it. I'm gonna say it. So I have been dating a few people. I'm always dating a few people. But I had a conversation with one of the people I was dating, and then for whatever reason, I was like, you know what? Like, I really like this person, and I'm in this season of focus, and I really don't have the time to be like juggling a bunch of men, and I don't want to. And I like this person, and I've been knowing this person for literally years, and it's always been like it's been kind of on and off on my part. Like I'll go for like a couple months, we'll date, and then I'll leave. I'll just like totally ghost them, and I'll start dating other people, and then I'm dating the other people, and I'm like, ugh, but like I'm like comparing them to the other guy the whole time, and I'm like, oh, this sucks. So then I'll go back to the other guy for a couple months, and then we'll have a fight, and I'll just be like, all right, like whatever, I'm leaving, because I'm a poor communicator. So then I'll leave, I'll ghost him, and I'll go date some other people, and I'm like, ugh, but like they're just not him. And like basically I've been going through this cycle for years, and I'm like, none of these guys are him. And now I'm finally in this season where I have myself some business, I have myself some goals, I really don't want to be juggling a bunch of people. I'm just like, my mindset is totally different, and I'm like, why don't I just like actually give this guy a try instead of just like running in circles. And so I had literally one conversation with this guy, and I was like, listen, like I don't want to be running in circles, like are we gonna do this or are we not gonna do this? And he said we're gonna do this. And I literally cut off the other guys the next day. I'm like so embarrassed. And I was telling him that, like, me and him, we had a little heart to heart or whatever, and it required me to be like way more vulnerable than I like to be. Like, I'm someone who like just likes to be chased and pursued. I barely respond to texts. Like, I try to be like really nonchalant. And so like this conversation required me to be like, hey, like I really like you. I've tried dating other people, but like I always end up coming back to you, and I feel like we haven't given this a good shot. Like, can we give this a good shot? And like me saying like, can we give this a good shot? Like, it felt like me begging. And I don't know if that's the case or not, but like that's how I felt. And I told him, I'm like, this is really embarrassing for me. Like I feel humiliated right now. Like I don't like this because I'm putting myself out there and technically he could reject me, even though that's not really an option because I'm actually quite aggressive and I spent many years of my life. I have like 10 years of sales experience. So like he really wasn't going to say no because me, like I'm going to overcome objections left and right, which just makes me feel like more of a beggar if I'm overcoming objections because like I shouldn't have to overcome objections. Like you see me, like the product sells itself. You know what I'm saying? But like, anyways, this is what we went through. I was telling him like this is really embarrassing for me, and then literally, and then I think we came to an understanding. I think in my head I'm like, and now I'm freaking out because I'm like, what if we didn't come to the understanding that I think that we came to, and like, what if like I'm like hyping this up in my head and I'm gonna end up with a broken heart? But I'm like, well, what if I do end up with a broken heart? Like I'm not scared of a broken heart. My heart's been broke before. It's honestly no big deal, and like I'm with God, like. I be healing so fast, it's not even funny. Like, and I have so many goals I'm focused on. Like, who's scared of a broken heart? Like, not me. So I cut off the other guys. And honestly, I feel really good about it. I don't feel anxious. And the guy's been like, texting and like, I'm feeling pretty good about it. We had the talk. Now I need him to execute with his actions. But like, I'm feeling pretty good about it. But at the same time, like, I'm literally in shock. My jaw's on the floor. Like, I can't believe I cut off the other guys. I'm like gonna cry. Like I'm gonna cry right now. Like, oh my god, like that was a big move. I really hope it pays off. I'm gonna post this video, you guys. Please pray for me in the comments. If you even made it this far in the video, just know that I love you so much. I'm freaking out. Please, please, please pray that I'll give you guys an update in 1 month and be like, oh my god, the relationship's going amazing. I'll update you guys in 6 months, like, oh my god, we're moving in together, we're taking a trip, blah blah blah. Like I'm praying that it's that. I'm just trying to stay positive because, like, listen, I've had my heart broken before. I do have some trauma. There's a big part of me that's like, don't trust him. Keep your options open. Never commit. Nah, like all this stuff. But I'm like, at some point, like, if I really want to be in the relationship that I say I do, and I know that this guy fits, like, this guy literally is the love list. Like, I wrote the love list based on him. Literally because I'm like I just really admire him. I don't even know what it is, and I told him that too. I was like, honestly, because the last time we didn't talk for like 8 months, maybe, yeah, we didn't see each other for like 8 months, and I was like, I really don't want to live a life where like we are not in each other's lives at all. Like that was hard for me. Like I don't want to have to do that. And so like, let's either just be friends and so we can be in each other's lives, or like let's give this a real shot. And he was like, okay, like let's give this a real shot. But like, it's freaking scary. Like, anyways, at some point in your dating journey, you have to settle. You have to be like, all right, like let's really do this, because otherwise you'll just forever be on the merry-go-round of like man after man after man after man. And yeah, he takes you shopping and he fixes your car and he gives you money for this and he meets your dad and this and this and this and this. All of that, I've done that. He wants to marry you and you don't want to marry him, and it's like I've done it all. And I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And in the season of life that I'm in, I really can't do it anymore. I can't. So it's kind of like I was gonna cut the guys off anyways, and if I'm trying not to be negative, but if for some reason it doesn't work out with the guy, like, okay, we give it our best shot. And that's what I want. I didn't tell him this, but I wish I had. Like, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But then at least we can say we really gave it a try. Instead of, like, every time things were going good, I ghost him and run. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really feel good about that. And he doesn't feel good about that. He's like, do you know how it feels to, like, text someone, like, hey, I hope you had a good night, and it turns out green because you're blocked? He's like, do you know how I feel? I was like, no, I've never been blocked. I don't know how that feels. But, like, at some point you have to call it quits. And I was gonna call it quits with the guys anyways, because I'm in a season of focus and I don't want to go to dinner with men. And like, if you look at my other videos over the past couple months, you can see that I've been leading up to this, because like, I don't want to go to dinners. I don't want to do a shopping date. I don't want to do any of that. I need to be working on my goals. And like, what I like about this guy is like, when we hang out, I literally hang out and work. Like, we're not just like hanging out, haha, kiki. No, we hang out and we work. He works we just sit next to each other. And I'm such a lover girl that I actually love that, because like, yeah, I can work on my own, but like something about it, like it just feels good when you have like someone who you really like next to you, even if you guys aren't like talking to each other. Like it's just really nice to be in their presence. I know, not very hypergamous of me, but like it literally nourishes my soul. Like that's quality time for me, like when we both can work on our goals together. And so that's why he gets to stay and the other guys have to leave, because they were inviting me to just fancy dinners that like it's just not hitting the way it used to hit. This time last year, I would have loved that. Invite me to a fancy dinner. I get the tomahawk steak. I'm sending pictures to my dad. Like, look, dad, like I'm living my best life. He's like, love that for you. But now I have goals. And so everybody had to go. If for some reason it doesn't work out for the guy, at least we gave it our best shot. And then I'm just going to be like isolated. I'm not going to date anyone. I'm just going to be focused on my goals. And then once I'm where I want to be, I can start dating again. I have a really good mindset for dating. I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of men. So at that point where my career is stable, I think I'll be in a really good point to meet someone. So it's either I end up with this guy who I'm talking to now and we live happily ever after, or I end up with someone else and we live happily ever after. But either way, I get my happy ending. But I would be lying if I said it wasn't scary. But I will say, like, when I got home after that conversation with him where I felt like I was begging and I felt so, like, embarrassed and humiliated, I felt so proud of myself. I felt so proud of myself. And, like, I've been working on that, too, with other guys, like, actually sharing how I feel, because that's not something that I normally do. I don't like to put myself out there. I don't like to be vulnerable. You know, I don't like to be the one saying, like, hey, I like you. Like, I'm used to guys, like, begging for my attention. And I usually don't even like those guys. And so I'm like, you know what? Like, let me just try something different. And I did it. And not only did he respond really well to it, I think, like, verbally, I haven't seen his actions yet. And never believe what a man says. See what he does. So we don't know yet. But I mean, he wanted to hang out again the next day. So that really means something. I told him I was busy, because I'm a busy girl. But, like, you know, when you step outside your comfort zone and you do something that is really scary, you always grow from that. And so, like, same thing with like me cutting off all the other guys and only dating this one guy. Terrifying, but literally only good things can come from that. And it's not about him like being exactly the man I want, doing everything I want, buying me this, buying me that. It's about me confronting myself and confronting my fears and pushing past that. It's about me, even when I'm like feeling, oh my God, so in love, blah, 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 like putting myself first, putting my goals first, keeping my schedules and my routines in place, even though I want to just be like laid up under a man all day and like not work on any of my goals, which is what I used to do in my last relationship. Like I literally would skip work just to like lay in bed with this man and cuddle. Mostly because I hated the job, but also because like I was just neglecting myself and I wasn't putting myself first. And so getting to practice that, getting to prioritize myself. Like yesterday, I could have definitely like rearranged my schedule, skipped my workout, and then drove over to the guy. And then we can hang out. But I'm like, why would I do that? Like, literally, why would I do that? And so I didn't do that. And that was a win too. So like basically it's not about the guy, it's about me. And I've just been winning, 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 winning. I love that for me. Every single day has been so productive. I've been waking up early, I've been having routines, I've been setting boundaries with myself. And I just feel really good about it. So that's all I'm going to say on this. This is kind of a long video, but I just feel really proud of myself. If you guys like these kinds of videos where I actually sit down and talk and I'm not on the go, let me know in the comments. If you made it this far in the video, give me a heart in the comments. I love you literally so much. My 137 subscribers, I am so elated and happy. Like for so long, I was literally talking to no one but my family on here, and I would still come on and talk. And like, I'm just excited to grow. I love you guys. Be blessed, be beautiful, and have a wonderful day. Peace.